Oh.
Are we on this dear path together now? Come on now. Welcome to the very first episode of On the Dear Path with Ashi. This is our very first episode. It is February 2nd, 2020. And it's 3 p.m. Football Sunday. Stop me in my tracks. I'm on this dear path. Welcome home, y'all. On this dear path with Ashi, episode number 1 on the WUNTV, the number 1 TV network ever, Facebook's first live network. Very, very, very happy to be a part of this burgeoning, blossoming new seed. On the Dear Path with Ashi is going to be an exploration all the time, winding down that dear path. We're going to visit friends all the time. We're going to visit fellow collaborators, creators, Portland-based, travelers. And we're going to be on this dear path together, foraging, browsing, acorns, chestnuts, yarrow, fennel, roses. Take a look at the garden right here for a second. If you just scan the garden right here in the back in this dormant winter garden, you can already see time has lasted the winter. Fennel is popping up in a wild way. Oregano persists, shiny, bright aromatics, and rose holds her own. Plenty of sage, seedling, evergreen on this path. Rose, will you know? When will you bloom, child? I hope very soon. I want to continue on this dear path with you. Today's episode, we're going to jump right in. We're going to talk about compost, one of my favorite things to talk about. We're going to talk about the kitchen, cooking, and how we can think about compost in that process. We're going to nourish our bodies and our minds and just talk about ways to do that. I'd like to introduce you to my lovely camera person and my beautiful Crystal's amazing mover, dancer, creative, artist, collaborator, community member, and glad to have their dancing hands on the camera. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Come on inside. All segments. Welcome to our home. This ain't no studio audience situation. This ain't no like set decoration. This is just how we kick it. Okay? Cue the lighting. All right. Welcome. Come on into the kitchen. We're going to start with an old favorite. We're out here in the garden and the kitchen at the same time. Thankfully, our kitchen garden is right out our front door. Pause for adjusting lighting, please. Oh, is that better?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So like I said, kitchen, garden, got them right here. And one thing I always like to save for the kitchen garden or for any garden or for compost is those eggshells. I know you've heard it before. Save your eggshells, sprinkle, sprinkle. Put them in the plants. Well, for those of us that eat eggs, we may have more than we know what to do with. What we like to do is save them. Save all our eggs in like one of these. Just like a Tupperware situation. Save your eggs and keep crushing them down in there until you've got like a full batch of crushed eggshells. Once you have that thing full, get a baking tray or something like that, and you're really just going to bake them in the oven. As you can see, these still have kind of the shape of the Tupperware in there. But baking them in the oven, regularly speaking, so they're not so raw. You good?
Well, the volume is a little low, I suppose people say.
Oh, is that right?
I don't know how to raise it up.
Thanks for the comment.
Yeah.
My live crew.
You're not mic'd. Yeah, no.
Oh, okay. So it's hard. It's a little difficult to hear me.
I think it's a little hard to hear you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to project.
Yeah.
Right? Is that better? Is that better, fam? It's
in and out, I guess.
In and out.
Yeah.
A little choppy.
Yeah, but we're connected to Wi-Fi. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I'll do my best to mime.
Yeah.
And speak so you can catch the vibe here. So here we have eggshells. Let's get a tight shot of these eggshells. Yeah, as you can see, they're just all broken up. And then I've baked them for maybe like 20-30 minutes something till they're very brittle. Very, very brittle. That's nice. Okay. So they're all baked up, and now what we're going to do, because now you could just throw this in the garden, but it's still pretty big chunks, you know, so we want to break it up even finer to make that calcium and all those good minerals in there accessible to the soil. So for that, we need a blender. Come on over here to the osterizer. We're going to rely on the world-famous osterizer for this. Pop that lid. And you might think, oh, you're going to make a smoothie? I love how these blenders work really great dry. It's like a spice grinder. So we're going to just grind this all dry and pulse it. In we go. With the blender shot. With the nice blender shot. How many blender YouTube videos can you see in one day? Oh, here we're making an eggshell smoothie. Yes. That's right. Eggshell smoothie. Full of calcium. Tired of drinking milk? Eggshell smoothie. This eggshell smoothie is going to be for the soil. So yeah, that's all in there, nice and dry. And we're going to do some pulsing action. Let's get that pulsing. Pulse, pulse, pulse. And just keep pulsing it. Maybe get down low here. Oh yeah. And be patient with the process, because it's doing its thing. Don't you worry about that. Now I'm going to pop it off and give it a little shake. There we go. Back on. Pulse on. One more time. Give it a nice little shake. Back on there. Oh, yeah. There we go. There we go. There we have it. Woo, see that dust? That's like ozone and it smells interesting. It smells very interesting. The smell is very interesting. How you would imagine, maybe. So yeah. Let me dump this out into a little bowl. You just do this every time you have your batch of eggs. Into a bowl like that. And I keep like a sack going of this stuff for whenever I need it. I just keep the sack going. I'm just gonna add this back to the sack. He's over there. So now you have this baked egg, crushed ground eggshell mixture that can now be used as basically a soil amendment. But as you can see, you could do a lot with that. You could actually use that in your arts and crafts as like a chalky white pigment, like chalk. You could grind it even finer with a mortar and pestle with like water, I think, and get really creative with that and paint it. There's no reason why you couldn't do this paint on your body and have a really natural body paint or something like that. I've actually never tried that part, can't vouch for that. So by all means, if you do this and you want to grind it up and make some face paint and stuff like that, put it on that beautiful melanin skin or whatnot, I would love to see that. Please follow up.
Hey, Ashi.
Yeah, what's up, Crystal?
Is this cascarilla? Huh? Oh!
What's that? There's a neighbor at the door. Let me get it. Who could this be? Oh, hey, what's up, Stokes?
What's going on?
Hey.
Yeah. This is my neighbor, Alex Stokes.
What's going on? Alex Stokes, photographer, barber, / whatever else.
Yeah, good to see you, man.
You too, man.
Yeah.
So we're setting up, huh?
That's right. We got
what you're going to be doing right here?
This is episode number 1 on the Deer Path with Ashi. As you can see, we keep it pretty friendly on the Deer Path. This is my good neighbor here. Alex is an up-and-coming photographer. You got, would you tell folks, I wonder about what you got going on YouTube right now, Alex?
Okay, so I'm starting a food web series on YouTube called That Shit's Bomb, and what we do is we go around and we taste local food, and we basically let people know if it's good or if it's bad. Basically, if it's good, we don't do no bad reviews, but
yeah.
I'm new with the camera, so I got a lot of stuff. I got reactions coming and barber videos and all type of stuff like that.
Yeah, by the way, Alex just did me up past couple days here, so he gave me a nice fresh little fade.
Yes, sir. Looking good.
Big brother barber over here.
Yes, sir.
Deacon.
That's the name. I'm gonna call my shop when I do have Big Brother's Barbershop.
That's right. Cool. And we did a little, you shot me for a little That Shit's Bomb. What did you get?
I got the chocolate, the double chocolate chip cookies, or what was it?
Yeah, double chocolate.
It was the best cookies I've ever had. He even put like some mole in it, and it just just melted me. It melted me. It was great. So you're gonna see him on the episode of That Shit's Bomb, and
look out for that.
I'll be on his Facebook. You guys will see me and everything. Alex Stokes. So what's going on? When are you gonna start playing?
Well, I did a little intro with the theme song here.
Okay.
But right now I was just finishing up telling folks about the grounded eggshells for the soil.
Oh yeah.
Let's want to check it out?
Yeah.
Come on this way. So we just ground up the. What I had done was saved all these eggshells from all your eggs and stuff, crush them up, keep them in the freezer, and then when you have a full one, you're getting full. Throw them on a tray and bake them for like 20-30 minutes, 350. and then we ground them up in the blender till very fine. And this is going to help the soil access all those minerals and nutrients and all that. You can see the dust a little bit just already coming off it.
Okay, yeah. See, me and a friend, we were growing cannabis, and he was like, maybe we should put some eggshells in there. And we were looking, so yeah, you want to ground them up, and that's better for to reach the plants.
First the baking to break them down, and then the grinding to make them very fine, and then all the the plants and like say the soil, is it the exudates? Well, allows the mushroom and the soil and the plant rootlets to reach out into those good access those minerals and stuff like that. So whether it's calcium you need for your crops, for foliage or whatnot, honestly, this is just a good basic amendment to compost or soil. And we were even talking about somebody might mess around and grind it up with water and make a white, like a face paint or something like that.
Wow.
It's gonna stink like eggs. So there's that. So that's one thing I wanted to show y'all. Plug it into your system at home, and just get that out in your garden. There's no reason why you shouldn't be getting that fertility off of your waste. Don't waste fertility. We only have so much of it.
Let me get the intro, because what I'm gonna do is some way I'm gonna send it to you, and we can make your own YouTube series.
We're gonna adjust here a little bit, see if this helps out the mic situation.
Okay. Folks were having a hard time hearing us, so maybe the mic is blocked on there.
All right, let's see if that's any better. Is that any better? You saw.
All right, here we go. We're trying to see if the volume's any better. Maybe the mic was blocked by the case here. Can folks hear me okay? Any feedback? Thumbs up. Thumbs down. Can y'all hear me okay? We are live on Super Bowl Sunday.
So on the Deer Path, I got a couple questions. What is the main focus? What is it going to be about? And what can people look forward to watching when you go live or when we put this on YouTube? What are they going to be getting out of it?
Yeah, and we're live right now, so that's a perfect question.
Right.
Yeah, so and thank you for asking that question. I think it's going to look a lot like this, and even more mobile and wandering around as we're going to go explore my compost garden, Kodama Compost. We're going to explore, I'm going to sit down in your chair and see what you're up to. We're going to turn around and see what Crystal Jean's up to sometimes. We're going to check performances. We're going to check gardens, school gardens, and really just see what everyone's up to in the community. Showcase Portland community in a good way, because we got folks in Australia, what Lenita said, we got Colorado, Georgia. We got folks all over, so just trying to hear from them and be heard. Yeah.
That's nice.
So another thing while we're in the kitchen, before we head outside or do any more, before we move on, I wanted to mention one thing that has a big place in our kitchen. We had already just made this, but we almost always have some kind of stock going, vegetable or a meat stock, and we do both. So we just had made some. This is just the remnants here. You can see the bones and stuff. We just had made some really rich turkey stock. Is the lighting pretty low?
Yeah, that's okay.
Let me turn this one on too. So we just had made some turkey stock. What I did was I spatchcocked a turkey to roast it evenly. So I had to cut out the backbone and the neck. All that stuff went into stock, and then I used that stock into the remaining bones of the turkey carcass to make it even stronger. And at this point, the bones are so soft, they're just coming as paste right apart. So it's been a good broth. Look at how hard. See this bone?
Ooh! It just sprayed me.
Just splat.
Wow.
Waterproof camera.
Amazing.
We're wet.
Danger zone.
It's like Gallagher out here. So that's how you know that broth was on for like 2 days or something. A little teaspoon of vinegar in the broth helps break it down. That's a grandma trick. And plenty of salt too. So be making veggie broth, be making whatever.
Somebody at the house. I'm gonna be doing this as long as you're going live. I'm gonna be filming you. I'll be back. You guys see me. You guys can come in, and we're watching the Super Bowl over there. So
thanks for coming by, Alex.
sure. See you later.
Alex Stokes, big brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, big brother come through. Yeah, I was just over there getting my hair done up, and we're gonna keep tabs with Alex Stokes. We're gonna check in on our neighbors from time to time. can find, if you're trying to reach him, get a haircut, go ahead and just reach out. You can trust that. So like I said, stock, just be making stock. Your whole world is going to be better. Crystal Jean, am I right?
That's true.
How much stock do we go through?
A lot.
A lot. Rice. You're cooking rice? Cook it with stock. Pasta. Maybe, maybe not. You ain't going to reuse it. But anything, like I'm saying, like anything you're going to cook it with stock. Sauces, soups, obviously, the number one thing. And we do the same thing with vegetables for folks who are not eating your meats, eating any meat stuff. We just made some, so we don't have a scrap bag, much of a scrap bag to show you, but we keep a plastic bag like this in the freezer, and just every time you're cooking, just break this out and then add your onion scraps, carrot, celery, potato skins, sweet potato skins, things that you don't really want to add. It's just like, think about the flavor of that broth. So like citrus peel, maybe not, you know. But apple skin, maybe so, depending, you want a little bit sweeter. So just be saving stock. As you can see, we have here veggie stock, frozen veggie stock, two turkey stocks. Like, just load up that freezer and you're gonna have it ready. You have fresh, beautiful, flavorful medicine ready to go. Yeah, meal prep is a big deal, so just having those soups and stuff ready to go, you know, and just line it up. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. That's what Junior always says. Okay, so we got you on the compost, on the soil, on the eggshells. We got you in the kitchen. We making some stock. We think it's time we step outside and look around. I'm introducing y'all to our home here, so this is still just a nice introduction. Over here. Oh, speaking of the neighborhood, let's take a look over here and see who's over here. Huh. Oh, hello, Mr. Rogers. Hello there. How are you today? Do you have anything you want to share with the neighbors?
I like to think of all kinds of helpers in our world.
Oh, yeah, me too, Mr. Rogers. All kinds of helpers. Oh, there's a helper right behind you there. Who's that? Oh, hi, Salty. Salty, are you still over there doing your artist work and whale investigations in Massachusetts there? Oh, yeah. How was Singapore, Salty? Oh, that's nice. I can't wait to visit Singapore. Oh, that's a cool little jade jaguar you have there. Did Leela get that in Oaxaca? Yeah. Oh, cool. Well, a lovely forest behind Salty here. Let's step out into the garden. Let's take a look at a winter dormant garden. Come on. I'm doing like Mr. Robinson's neighborhood. Like, come on. Whew. It's chilly out here. Ooh, what a mess, right? What a mess. What a mess. Winter. What do we got? Still tomatoes on the vine? What a mess. Oh my goodness. We're going to get in here and chop this back. And, as the brassicas are evergreen and staying through the winter. Love the little kale and collard babies. Over here. Oh, this was mighty Artemisia. This was Sweet Annie, wasn't it? Hey, Alex. Hey. Over here. Oh. Can anyone guess this Artemisia? There's like 3 people watching, right? There's like 3 people. Okay. Anyone guess? That's right. Wormwood. Artemisia absinthium. I was surprised to see that they lasted pretty good through the winter. I mean, we still might get some snow on them, but they're nice and hardy. This came from, I want to give a special shout out to Flying Dog Heart Farm. Letty over at Flying Dog Heart, who helped me propagate this little baby when it was just a youngster. Yeah. Little cabbage back there. This is our modest little house garden. Oh, yeah, turn around, Crystal Jean. We planted lots of little chocolate And now they're a nice hearty stand of chocolate mint. And come spring, that's going to be more than we know what to do with. They're going to be popping off.
Maybe some chocolate mint ice cream.
Mm-hmm, right.
That shit's
Yeah.
bomb.
Yeah.
We got to put the ashwagandas outside, overwintering them. This is a really wonderful one that I'd like to connect with the compost. So, plants that are really wonderful for compost and compost preparations and for soil fertility are of this family. Can anyone guess this family? This plant, oh, you know you recognize that flower. And if you know you're feeling courageous about guessing, then you know who that is. Anybody feeling courageous about guessing? I know you know. It's the same color as Crystal Jean's hat. Crystal Jean, who is it?
Oh, I forget.
Oh, okay. Borage.
Oh.
I feel more courageous already.
Okay, got another scene.
This family.
You guys want a beer?
Yes, please. This family of plants is very nutritious for the soil. You get up close to them, and they're very prickly. They have these little, come on, get a close-up. They have these little hairs, these prickly little hairs. And they're almost like the stinging nettle hairs, or if you know comfrey. And this is a cousin to comfrey, and these are little silica-rich hairs. Thank you, brother. This is silica-rich hairs, and that silica is the basis for crystals. So I like to think about them helping to build that earth element back into the soil that tends to be stripped from motion, and the crystalline structure of it can break down with tillage and chemicals and all this stuff. So borage and comfrey and plants like that they're very juicy too. It's a juicy stalk. So they can really break down into the compost and make really wonderful fertility back into the soil. Not only that, they're great pollinator plants. The bees love them. All these little buds end up flowering like these blue star flowers. And the bees, especially the bumblebees, really love to get up in there and pollinate these flowers. So whether it's for garden fertility or salads or for pollinators or for all of the above, borage is a wonderful plant to grow in your garden. And so easy to grow. And all you gotta do is grow them once, and then those tiny seeds fall all over the soil, and you got borage for a lifetime. So really wonderful to get started in your garden. And as we continue the garden tour, you'll see more borage here. And you'll see a little winter calendula struggling to keep afloat. This all dried lemon balm back here. And oh, hey Vervain, what are you doing here? Everyone, this is my purple truck, Vervain. Vervain is a great ally on the deer path. Keeps me steady, but if I need to sway, helps me sway. Thanks, Vervain. Everyone should have a good road dog, a travel ally, and or multiple allies, and good wheels or hooves to set your spirit into, and one behind you. How are we doing on time?
Well, it's about time, my friend.
Okay, well everyone, it's about time to wrap up the very first episode of On the Deer Path with Ashi. It's been brief and short and sweet, and I look forward to catching you next time. Catch me back here the third Sunday of the month, and we'll be back every first and third Sunday of the month, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on the WUNTV. That's THEWUNTV.com. Much love and gratitude. Ashe.